Well, help from a lot of people, I'm sure. I survived triple negative breast cancer 3 times. And in the middle of all that, I decided to try to make something positive out of the horrible experience. And I was on television anchoring the news and started a journal just to tell people, what was happening, because I didn't want to talk about it on the air a bunch. And I started hearing back from people who were having a very difficult time making ends meet. And so I decided to sort of use the broadcast megaphone a little bit to start a foundation to help underserved women with breast cancer. So what the foundation does is it pays for the critical needs of underserved women as they're going through their treatment. So I also happen to be a marathoner. So when I was trying to come up with creative ways to raise money, I said, you know what, there's no marathon out there for breast cancer. There's 5Ks, there's walks, there's no marathon. So why don't we start one? So we started 26.2 with Donna 9 years ago. And part of the funds go to the Foundation for Underserved Women, the Donna Foundation. And then the other part goes to the place that I thought really had a great chance of trying to find a cure for breast cancer, which was the Mayo Clinic. And so we funded something called the Translational Genomics Program, which sounds like, what it is it's just gene research. And so many wonderful breakthroughs have happened since we started to fund that research. And we're now actually funding a vaccine for triple negative breast cancer. Well, I'll tell you what really finally kicked me into I've got to start this foundation is I was communicating with a woman who literally was told in the middle of her reconstruction, we're not going to finish. Because her husband, she had Medicaid, and her husband, who was a construction worker, his truck broke down. He had to go get another truck. He bought the cruddiest used truck he could find. But because he had a truck payment, they no longer qualified for Medicaid. So in the middle of all this, she had to stop her surgery. So there she was, half done, and she was beside herself, as you can imagine. And so I said, this is nuts. This should not happen. There should not be somebody that has to choose between putting food on the table for their kids and whether or not they're going to get their treatment or their surgery. And that's really sort of what made the decision. If you feel like you can do something positive with it, and you're helping somebody else, it makes sense, right? Everything makes sense. But I'll tell you beyond that, it really, how news people tend to be. We're very type A. We don't know when to stop. We don't take the time to think about the moment we're living in. And I think what happens when you're diagnosed with cancer, and then when you're dealing with other women who are diagnosed with cancer, you really realize the value of that person, sitting across from you that you're looking at and talking to. And I think it really helped me to change my life in a very positive way. Hopefully others' lives too, but to realize I need to be present in my life. It's not all about, running to the top as fast as I can. Here's my takeaway. When you're diagnosed with something like cancer, you have a choice. You can view it through a lens of fear, or you can view it through a lens of love. And if you choose love, and all the things that encompasses, it can transform your life in a very positive way, in the lives of other people. So that's really the lesson that I've learned, is you have to make that choice, and it's a choice you make every day, because it's easy to fall back into that other view. But you have to sit and say, I'm alive right now, I'm living and breathing, I'm gonna do everything I can with this day. So that's really, I think, my takeaway.
So I'm going to make a deal with Donna, okay, because she has a very big marathon on Valentine's Day, right?
Right.
All right, and isn't it like the only marathon for breast cancer?
The only one, yeah.
In America.
That's right.
All right, I'll be there. However, you guys are raising money to fund a vaccine for triple negative breast cancer.
That's right.
And it's going to be for women who have gone through treatment for triple negative breast cancer.
That's right.
I'm one of those. I'm a perfect candidate. And I want to be part of that clinical trial.
I heard she's coming to Jacksonville. That's what I heard. I'm so excited. Well, listen, I am thrilled. We would love to have you in Jacksonville. And I'm so excited about the triple negative research because we've never had that. We've never had a vaccine for triple negative breast cancer.
And no targeted therapy. And I hear this from women all the time on social media. Like, there's no information out there about triple negative breast cancer. Well, we're going to bring you a lot of information about triple negative breast cancer. And it's just so exciting what they're doing at the Mayo Clinic. So I'll do anything I can to help raise funds for that research.
Joan, thank you so much.
All right.
Yay!